Hi everyone, it's Tish with Naptime Creations. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. And if you're new, don't forget to subscribe. It's free and it'll help me out a lot, so hit that subscribe button. Today we're going to be making a silicone mold, and we're going to be doing a quick pour in it towards the end of the video, so let's jump in and get started. Making your own silicone molds is really easy to do, so what I'm doing is I'm just taking 3 pieces of clear packing tape and overlapping them on each other so they form one piece. And you want to try to make sure they're not wrinkled up. I did not do a very good job, but it is what it is. I'm just keeping this mold for myself, so it doesn't have to be perfect. And then you're going to go in with a housing. I am using the top of this cotton candy container. You can use like a sour cream container. Any type of plastic container that you have on hand will work perfectly for these. And you want to make sure you really push that down on the tape so it's nice and secure on there. And you want to make sure that there's a good barrier formed so the silicone isn't going to leak out. And this is my acrylic blank I'm going to be using. I purchased this off Etsy. It's actually one of those contactless door openers. I wiped it off with a microfiber cloth, and I'm just placing it right on top of that tape. And I'm going to push it down, making sure it's nice and secure on top of that tape. You could also use transfer tape for this, but I only had the packing tape, and that works well too. So I'm also going to fill up the negative space in here with some resin pieces that I had made previously on my channel. If you haven't seen the video showing how I made these cloud technique cabochons, be sure to go check it out. I'll link it down below. You can definitely make molds of your own resin pieces as long as they're 100% perfect, because if there are any imperfections, scratches, or air bubbles, it is going to show up in your silicone mold. So I'm just going to set these little cabochons down where I think they'll go nicely. You don't want to place them too close to each other. You want to make sure that there's enough room around each of the pieces. And I did wipe them off really well with a microfiber cloth as well to remove any dust or fingerprints or just anything that might be on the surface of them. Now I'm going in with hot glue, and I'm just going around the perimeter of my mold housing here, just in case any silicone leaks out. This is going to prevent any leaks. And now I'm going to go in with my silicone rubber. This is from Let's Resin. This is a 1-to-1 ratio, and they sent this to me to try out, and I really liked using it. It was easy to use. You don't have to mix parts A and B inside their containers before you use them. You just open the bottle and they're ready to pour. And it's a 1-to-1 ratio, so I measured out 3 ounces of the part B and 3 ounces of the part A. And the directions do say to do that by weight, so I did do that by weight on my digital scale here, and I'm going to mix that really well for 5 minutes. Just like when you're mixing resin, you want to make sure you scrape the bottom of your cup, scrape the sides of your cup, make sure that everything is 100% mixed, and then you just go in and pour it. Super simple and easy. Pour it right into your mold housing. And 6 ounces was good for this project. This mold housing that I used is about 4.5 inches in diameter, so it worked out perfectly. And here I was trying to show you, you can see that this silicone degasses on its own. You can see those bubbles that were in there. They're just rising up to the top and popping on their own. You don't want to add heat to it or anything like that. They will all degas on their own. I covered it up with just a little piece of wax paper, so no dust or debris got in there. And here we are 24 hours later, ready to kind of take it apart, and we're going to do a resin pour in it. And that hot glue peels right off of the mold housing that you use, so you can reuse your mold housings over and over again. So I'm just going to save that for when I want to make another mold. And then your acrylic blank pops right out, and your resin pieces pop right out as well. Turned out perfect. And their silicone rubber, you can actually color it as well with mica powder or glitter. I didn't do that on this pour, but I definitely plan on doing that in the future. I did have a little bit of kind of overflow on this one, so I'm going in with a cuticle trimmer and I'm just trimming that up. And you can see it works really easy. You can just take a cuticle trimmer, trim right along the edge where you have any kind of jagged pieces. But like I said, I'm not selling these molds. I'm keeping them for myself to use, so it doesn't really matter, if it's 100% perfect. If you were going to be getting serious about making molds to sell, you'd want to make sure you use like a more professional housing. And you can get those off Etsy as well, but just molds that I'm using for myself. The plastic containers work 100% perfectly. So now we're going to do a pour in this mold. I'm using Fire Rainbow Luxe Powder from WynnModernArt. It's a gorgeous holographic black sparkly glitter, and I mix that in with some TotalBoat high performance epoxy, and I'm just filling up the mold. Super simple and easy, just trying to make sure I don't overfill it and make sure that I also don't underfill it as well. And I am going to hit it with my heat gun a little bit to pop any bubbles. And that's it. I'm going to cover it up with upside down storage container and then we'll be ready to demold it. So here we are 24 hours later, ready to pop these out of the mold and see how they turned out. I think this turned out so pretty. I just love that Fire Rainbow Luxe powder. It's really, really gorgeous. I'll link it down below if you guys want to check it out, and I have a coupon code. They do have sales pretty frequently on their different Luxe powders, so definitely check them out on Instagram too, so you could see where Victoria posts her current coupon codes. Sometimes she does like 40% off or 50% off sales, which is really nice. And here's how the contactless door opener keychain turned out. Really pretty. It turned out perfect. And I get all of my keychain hardware off of Amazon. I'll link everything down below in the description box. The Let's Resin silicone rubber worked out really well. I really liked using it. It was so easy to make this mold. I didn't have any bubbles show up in it, which was nice. And I have made a few other silicone molds on my channel as well, so if you haven't seen those videos, be sure to go check them out. I'll link them down below as well. So I attached the hardware to my keychain here. I just use a 9mm jump ring and a little keychain hardware. I don't even know what the correct terminology is for that, but I just attached this 9mm jump ring to my little keychain, and you could also use these little tassels if you want, or they have really cute pom-poms as well. I just have these tassels on hand and I'll probably attach one of those off camera. And really quickly, I wanted to show you what I use or how I basically fix up my cabochons. Here are some just stainless steel chains. I got these off the BB Craft website, and here are the different jewelry trays you can get as well. I have a mold that has all of these different size cabochons that fit in these trays. Unfortunately, I did think that this round one was going to fit in this round tray, but I accidentally poured the smaller one instead, so I'll have to find another use for that little one. But the heart fits perfectly in this little jewelry tray here, and then you just attach it with a little bit of clear resin. Just put some in the tray and drop your cabochon on there, and then you'll have a pretty necklace. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I wanted to upload it really quickly to show you guys how to make your own silicone molds. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you're all doing great, and I'll see you soon for another video.